Good morning. Today is Monday. It is October 10th. The year is 2022. I'm sitting here having a cup of coffee. It's early in the morning. Today is some holiday or something. I didn't even know this weekend. This was a holiday going on this weekend. Oh, here come Grayson. You were down there asleep all this time. Now he's wide awake. Now he's wide awake over here like, what's going on? Say good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm stinky. I'm stinky. Well, anyway, I saw something in the comments that kind of scared me. Somebody made the comment that I was talking negative about gay people and negative this and that. And I think sometimes people take my words and kind of like twist them around, and maybe they don't understand what I'm saying. And I made the comment to people to stay, out of some of the influences of the gay community. So I'm gonna do a video today just to kind of discuss that a little bit so we can make it, I'm a proud black gay man. I know who I am. I've known I was gay since I was a little kid. My sexuality is just who represents me. I don't represent a community of people. When you think about community, we think about people who are similar and like-minded. So there's a community of black gay men. We're similar and like-minded because of our sexuality. But it ends there. There are some things that take place within the gay community that I've never cared for. And I've always thought it was dangerous. It's something that, some things that take place that a large percentage of the gay community participates in that I didn't want to participate in. You have a lot of bad influences like drugs and promiscuous sexual behavior, STDs, narcissist behavior, just a lot of behaviors that can be dangerous and harmful. So when I say y'all stay away from the community, I'm not saying stop being gay. No, you can be gay, but you don't have to be participated and caught up in that lifestyle of horrible, destructive behaviors that kind of take place in the gay community. Not everybody participates in the drug use and the drinking over the drugs and drinking and sexual addiction and all of it. Not everybody. I never participated in it. But I had sense enough to realize the problem and separate myself from it. Say, I don't want no parts of that. I didn't want any parts of it. It's kind of like if you grow up in the hood. Let's imagine you live in a rough neighborhood. Like I grew up in Gary. And Gary at one point was a really nice, beautiful city, but then things started to get rough. And you look around and there were some things taking place that I didn't want to have any parts of. Drugs and hanging in the streets and just a lot of different bad stuff that began to happen in Gary. And it just happens in many major urban areas. So the question would be, you can still be black and you can still live in the hood, but you don't have to participate with the activities that are going on in the hood. You don't have to be caught up in the drug dealing and the shooting and the gang mentality and all that. So you don't have to be involved in that mess. But in many instances, you might want to leave the hood so you can have a normal life. So when I tell people, gay people, you don't want to be involved in this mess. Keep your distance. You don't want to be involved in the foolish, destructive behaviors that many gay men participate in. You don't want that. Because it's going to come back to harm and hurt you. I've been in the gay community for over 30 years. I've lived in Atlanta for over 30 years. I could tell you some stories. I have told you all some stories about my life here in Atlanta. And at a very early age in my 20s, I said, okay, I got to separate myself from these guys because this shit ain't going nowhere. I'm so glad I did. So glad I said, this isn't for me. I'm gay. I love who I am. I love living life. But let me just kind of separate myself from some of the crazy stuff that's going on in the culture of the gay community. Like I said earlier, not every gay person participates in this foolishness. Some people, I know plenty of gay people who never go around the gay community as a lot. They don't go to the clubs, the parties, they don't participate in any of that stuff. Because they already know, it says no, it's too destructive. And it will harm them. A lot of drug use, This has been going on since I was 18 years of age. I've seen we had crack, cocaine, Molly. Well, I was just so many drugs over the years. Everybody's trying to get high. Well, I don't want to get high. The most I want to get high off was some caffeine in this damn coffee. My nigga mug wasn't clean today. I feel like washing today. But for people to say that I'm attacking the gay community, I'm not attacking the gay community. No, honey, I'm just telling you about what's happening in the gay community. And if you want to participate or separate yourself from some of the destructive stuff that happens in the culture of our community, that is one thing I learned about gay guys. They promote this mess. They promote the worst aspects of it, the porn in the community, the drugs, the promiscuous sexual activities, all this stuff they kind of promote it, put it on Front Street. Live your life like this. Sex positivity movement. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, just fuck until you die. That's basically what sexual positivity means. I mean, you just have as much sex as you want to with whoever you want to. Well, you can have sex, you can just fuck everybody. Without any regards to your health or STDs or, I'm not about to run around here having sex with every man I meet just because it's some foolish, and that's why I'm sitting here HIV negative. Now, and y'all, I have friends who are HIV positive and I have friends who are HIV negative, but I've noticed something though. My friends who are HIV negative are very conservative, kind of like me. They ain't out there living that lifestyle. Never have lived that lifestyle. Very cautious about how they proceed forward. They definitely ain't involved in drugs, a whole bunch of fucking with different people, mainly in relationships. And one thing I know for sure, they don't participate in the overall black gay community. They don't go to these clubs, they don't go to these parties, they don't go. They keep their distance. They know why. Because they realize they don't want to be parts of certain stuff. And again, because I know y'all gonna twist my words, not every black gay man lives their life in the manner that the culture of the gay community promotes. One prime example. I've made some mistakes, of course. But when I realized at a very early age, if I continue down this path, I'm going to be in a world of trouble. I better separate myself from this foolishness. Still gay. Still black. Still here. Still living. But just living a separate life than the vast majority of my counterparts, those who are still alive. I've lost a lot of friends in this lifestyle, y'all. Died from AIDS, murders, suicide, car accidents, leaving clubs, all kinds of shit. All directly related to the culture of the black gay community. I'm saying I'm using the term black gay community. It could be the whole gay community. I really don't know much about white gay culture. I couldn't tell you. I'm not even going to sit here and lie. I know them white folks. I don't know nothing about them white folks. I know a few white gay guys, but I know very little about their culture because I don't participate in their community like that. I don't go to their clubs, and it's not nothing I've done on purpose. It just never happened. I mean, I'm trying to think of the few times I've had a gay person even come to my house, a gay white person come to my house and sit at my dinner table. Very rare, but almost about maybe never. I can't even remember. Not sit down and break bread and have family, my family and friends. No, I can't think of anything. I had this conversation with another buddy of mine I've known for years. I said, "Do you have any white friends?" He said, "Man, I ain't never had no white friends in the gay community. And you've been in it a lot longer than me." So I'm not going to sit here and listen to y'all screaming, "White folks do it too. White folks do it too." I don't care what they do. I don't know. I'm not living over there with them. Let them deal with their own issues. It's a problem. We always worry about some white folks doing what they're doing, what white folks up to. I can assure you, white folks are not sitting over there worried about, I wonder what the niggas over there doing. How they live their life? I just wonder. Black folks do it too. They don't care about y'all. Trust me, they don't give a fuck. Yeah, but I thought that was kind of odd because I've seen this kind of pop up in the comments occasionally. You talking about gay people. You must not like gay people. This has the nerve to ask Chris, are you gay? Because you're talking about gay people. I'm black, but I'm talking about niggas too. What's the problem? I mean, you people need to get a wake-up call. And let's just change for a brief second, change the subject about black folks. We all know that there is some things that take place in the black community, our culture, that are not healthy. We all know this. And so you have to make a decision. Do I want to be part of that bullshit or not? There are some unhealthy things that take place within the black community, within our culture, and since we go down, I can go run down a list of shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Good example, soul food. I love soul food, but I know as a 52-year-old man, I cannot eat soul food every day. I have to have a wide-ranging selection of fresh fruits and vegetables. Soul food is good, but I also need to have soul food tends to have food that tend to be cooked a lot. Especially our vegetables. We overcook them. I ain't never heard of a soul food salad. I could be wrong. Y'all tell me back. I don't know what they put in the soul food salad. Pig feet, and lettuce, and tomatoes. I don't know. I don't think we even have. I have never heard of a salad referred to I remember one time I had a Thanksgiving dinner. They had all this healthy stuff brought over there. I had a kale and cranberry salad made. The guy who did he made all this. I didn't touch that shit. They ate that turkey and dressing and chitlins though, and greens. That other healthy stuff, I ain't touch it. I'm like, damn, we ain't eating this. I was like, y'all don't eat salads? And they looked at me. I said, I ain't putting salad in the refrigerator to eat it over the next few days myself. But we know there are some unhealthy aspects of the black culture, of the mafia. Italians, we know that they sometimes get caught up in that illegal mafia gang mentality, the Italian community, and some people don't want no parts of it. It's just part of their culture. I know very little about it other than what I've seen on TV. But I've read enough about that. I do understand that it's something that runs in their community, and some people don't want any parts of it. So I made a decision in my early 20s. When I first got to Atlanta at 18, I moved to Atlanta in January of 1989. I was 18 years of age. And as I start going out into the gay community, and believe me, there was a large black gay community here in 1989. That's another thing people say, nobody was out in 1989. What the fuck y'all talking about? And the clubs were packed with people. Thousands of people. A ton of masculine gay men out there. There ain't nothing like it. They didn't have no man persons back then. However, when I first moved here in 1989, I realized within a few weeks, I said, wow, these guys are crazy. I began to see stuff that didn't sit well with me as an 18-year-old. And I said, oh, boy. Wow. And I just kind of sat back and said, this is how y'all live your lives? And I just sit back and kind of wonder. I just kind of stared. And then people quickly realized I wasn't going to participate in some of this foolishness that they were out here doing. I had no desire to do drugs. Everybody's smoking crack back then. I don't want to do no crack. I'm like, crack? I'm not smoking no crack. Cocaine. I didn't want no coke. Y'all don't even smoke weed. They were smoking weed back. I didn't want that shit. We gonna blow a shotgun. I said, you ain't blowing me one. I just didn't need it. I wasn't even drinking at that point. I didn't really start drinking till later on in the 90s when I got into a relationship with her and I was drinking every day. I said, I'd have me a drink. Worst mistake ever. I probably would drink occasionally on the weekends, but I wasn't no drinker. I might go to the club and get me maybe one drink and literally hold that drink the whole night, just sipping on it the whole night, just until I got sick of it and tossed and went dancing. But the culture of the community, I realized very early on, was dangerous and promoted aggressively. Have sex, do drugs, have multiple sex partners. All this stuff was promoted. Now, see, me being really lump and kind of dumb when I first moved to Atlanta, not knowing any better, I thought these black folks would have had sense enough to know about HIV and AIDS and protection and condoms. And I don't know, they didn't give a fuck about none of that shit, honey. Trust me, they didn't care. They didn't give a shit. I'm going to forget I grew up in the area. Say no to drugs. I don't do drugs. Then you get to Atlanta, everybody doing drugs. What the fuck going on here? All y'all doing drugs? It's part of the culture of the black gay community. Do drugs, have sex, dance, party, enjoy life. Drink, 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 drink. I didn't want to live my life like that, though. Nothing against those people who are living their lives like that, but I thought this stuff was rather reckless and dangerous and could be harmful to me, and I decided I'm not living my life like that. And as I got older, I said, okay, enough. I got to separate myself from this bullshit. I said, I'm going to have to literally separate and remove myself. Still gay. I still go out to a club and stuff, but as for being deeply ingrained in it, I'd step back. I said, okay, this ain't working. This ain't working. Not for me. Especially when I begin to see my friends drop dead left and right from AIDS. The first year I lived in Atlanta in 1989, when I saw people that I personally knew and I had met that year drop dead from AIDS, literally drop dead, I was like, okay, well, this is a wake-up call for me. And every year, more people die, and more people die. And more I said, okay. Then the suicide started, and I said, okay, these people committing suicide. What is going on here? So I've always been a person to kind of sit back and watch. I'm not no fool over here. I sat back and watched and said, okay, this ain't for me. I'm not participating in this. So let me just pull back. When brought me a house, I separated myself. I'm going to do my own thing. Have my own parties, my own function. No drugs were allowed. You know, I just did things differently for that benefit me. Because that's what it should be about, your own happiness in what does benefit your life, not everybody else. I don't give a damn what the rest of you niggas do. Y'all can run out and jump off a fucking cliff. I don't give a fuck. I'm not running and jumping with you. Because that's not going to benefit me or help my life at all. But again, who am I? I'm just some crazy man on the internet just telling my side of the story and my thoughts and opinions. Do you? If you want to do drugs and get high and drink and party and club, then proceed forward. If you're a very promiscuous person, you want to do that sex positivity thing. You want to have sex with as many people as you want to, and you don't give a damn about STDs or the possibility of STD, and then proceed forward. Do you do what's best for your life? Now, I warn younger people in these videos. These videos, I took my time to take my time out of my day to make these videos to talk about young people, to try to help young people have a better understanding of the communities that we live in. Get your behind over that room. He is determined to be under my feet with that damn toy. So, y'all, this damn mud. I need a bath. But anyway, I make these videos for younger people to kind of understand what you're seeing with your eyeballs and what you're living through. We've all been through it. And you're going to have to make a decision how you want to proceed forward. If some of y'all stay on the path that you're on, it's not going to end well. It never does. And then you have to decide how you want to proceed forward. You want to get caught up in this nonsense that's going on in this gay community, or you want to live a normal life? The choice is yours. But anyway, I ain't bathing y'all. Today is Monday, October 10th, the year 2022. I'm in this video here now, and I'll be back later to discuss some more stuff out here. And Monday, October 10th, the year 2022, and I'm out.